and welcome to another Scottish mountain walking guide. In today's video we have a return to the sunshine and beautiful views from Beinn Sgulaird. As always, links to the OS map for the route and the starting point layby and the Scottish Mountain Weather website are included in the description below. The starting point for Beinn Sgulaird is a small parking layby just north of Druimavuic, and it's around 2.5 hours drive from Glasgow. The layby fits around 7 cars, there are no height restrictions, and the closest public toilet is in Tunnul, which is 30 minutes drive away. The total distance for today's walk is a little over 13 kilometres, with 1,292 metres of ascent, and it is expected to take around 5.5 hours to walk. This is a relatively easy route to navigate. There is only one tricky junction where you need to keep to the left instead of following the well-trodden path that goes slightly to the right, and I'll point that out as I describe the route on the OS map. Higher up there are some steeper rocky sections that are easy to negotiate if you're on the path. Starting at the parking layby, you're going to head south and it's only for about 50 metres or so. It's very close to where the layby is, and there's a gate, a large gate on your left as you're approaching. There's also a smaller gate to the right hand side of the large gate, and you go through that gate, follow the gravel road. It's quite a broad gravel road. Follow that up, you'll go through another gate around about here. You just keep following the path up. I will point out when you go through the second gate, there is a little stream beyond that, and that is your last best water source for collecting water if you have a water filter system that you use for walking. There are no more streams anywhere on the walk on the mountain. Just trying to get the zoom right. You have a choice here. You can go straight up onto the ridge and go right up the nose of the ridge here, and then come up to this little top. You do have to descend about 30 or 40 metres back down and then cut across here and follow the path. The alternative is just to keep following the gravel road all the way round, and then there's a path that turns off to the left and goes up this steeper section, and overall that would be slightly less altitude to climb, but I don't think you get as good a view. So I'm showing the route going up this ridge. From there you'll cross a fence. There's a wire fence here, you can just step over that and then you follow the path. The path is very clear going up the side of the mountain here, and everything's easy to follow right up to this point right here. There is a path, and it's shown here on the OS map, that keeps going straight on. As I say, it's slightly to the right, but that path goes nowhere, and the path you actually want to go up bends to the left slightly here. You can see it on the mountainside here. You can see this section, but it's a little bit swampy here, a little bit soft, and because of that there's no firm track to follow. So you just need to keep an eye out for this. You'll see the path on the hill ahead of you, and what you want to be doing is you keep continuing up the hill, and if you go in this path around the side here, you go up slightly, but it's more going off to the right, and it's more keeping more level than this one going more directly uphill. So as long as you make that junction there and go directly uphill, then you'll be on the path. The path does split here, and I kept to the right hand side as I was ascending, and then I came back down on the left hand side, or the right as you're coming back down, just to get a different view, because from here you can see across to the loch here. You make your way up, keep following the path. You'll come over a small top here, and then from here you're going to start to descend, and you do go down quite a bit as you're making your way down here. A little bit rocky, it's not too difficult if you're on the path. It goes along a little bit level here. You're going to climb up and back over the top of this top, and then back down again. And there's a little bit of scree, not too bad. It's quite easy to descend this section as well. And then you'll come to the final pool, and you can see it goes up in steps and then continues to rise, and you make your way to the summit. From here you get good views. You can see Beinn Sgulaird in the south. Beinn Sgulaird over here, and you can see all of the Munros that are around Glencoe, Sgulaird, Jerrig, You can see Beinn. You can see Beinn Sgulaird over here as well, so it's a really good viewpoint. I think the easiest way to descend is simply to follow the route that you took on the way up. So I descended all the way back down to the car park, following the same route that I ascended. Good morning. It's just after 8 o'clock. Weather forecast for today is excellent. A little light cloud to start with, but then that's going to clear up and have excellent visibility. No midges, no wind. I think it's going to get a bit windier once we get up on the hill. I'm at the car park, it's just a little bit north of Druimavuic. From the car park, you're going to head south, back down the road you came along. So we're going to go down there to that gate and then we go off to the left. You'll come to this gate, a little gate to go through at the side. And then we follow this path up. We just keep going up here and keep to the left, go up the nose of the hill. Should be a lovely walk today. Following this road a little bit and then it goes onto the side of the hill there. And you should be able to make out the path zigs to the left, then to the right, up onto the ridge. And then you just follow that ridge all the way up to the left. There's a bit more of a walk, it goes on a wee while up there. It's going to be a beautiful walk. About 5 minutes from the car park. You can see how calm it is, how still the water is. It's only going to get better. When you reach this point, you'll see a cairn on the left. You can go straight on and then turn left a little bit further around the corner. It takes you up a fairly steep incline. I'm going to go up here, go up the ridge, probably give me a better view, and we'll see on the way back if I come back down that other path. I will probably retrace my steps. Now on the ridge proper, really good path so far. The sun is out. Simply follow the ridge, it goes up and over that top, and then along and up over, there's another top there. The summit is about 1 kilometre out of view beyond that top, slightly to the left as we're looking. It's going to be That's the Isle of Mull in the distance, and right around centre of frame is Beinn on the Isle of Mull. For that one you need to get the ferry across. It is lovely. north towards Glencoe, and now we can see the summit of Beinn Sgulaird. It's right in the centre of the frame. It looks smaller given the distance. I did deviate from the path there just to get a view. I'm going to go back down and then up that ridge there. You go up and over that, then go down, bend to the left, and it takes you all the way to the summit. It looks like Ben Nevis still in some cloud. Earlier on, when I pointed out you could go straight ahead or take the left and go up into the ridge, you can see this person coming up here. They've went straight on and then turned left. So you can cut out this little top. There's some goats up there, or sheep. And yeah, just go straight up now. So we're going to go up, head kind of north. There's a bit of a zigzag path there onto the ridge. Almost at the top of this first summit. Wind picking up a little bit, and I've got my first views of Beinn Sgulaird directly ahead there. You want to take care when you get to this point. You can see the path up straight ahead, and it goes up the pointy bit there, but there's also a very well worn path that goes round to the right. That path is shown on the OS maps, but it only goes round for a little bit and then it just disappears. So just take care to go straight up at this point. Just looking back at that bit where I went straight ahead, the path actually zigzags a little bit to your left as you're coming up there, but now on the proper path again. Almost level with the top. It's about 1 kilometre away, and there is a drop between here and there. But you don't mind it when the views are as good as this. Probably the best views of Beinn Sgulaird around. As you can hear, a little bit breezier up in the top. Just head along the top here, and then down and then up, and should be at the summit in no time. Just looking back at that rocky section I came down, it's easy enough to follow the path. I think there's probably a couple of different routes down there, but nothing difficult. Nice and calm here. Just got to go up and over this little top. It's about a 40-metre ascent, and then you come right back down to the same altitude that I'm at the moment. Slightly surprised there isn't a little bypass path that just goes round the side, because if you could just stay level, you wouldn't have to go up or down. You see the path straight ahead, goes up to the left. Just having a look round to see if there was a path. There probably is sheep tracks, but it's usually easier just to follow the main path. This one is a little bit like trying to get to the end of a rainbow. It doesn't seem to be getting any closer. One more down and then back up, and then we'll be there. Just approaching the summit of Beinn Sgulaird. Directly ahead is Sgulaird with Schoolhouse Ridge on the right. That ridge that you can see going up. One of my favourite walks going up that part. The walk out isn't quite so much fun. Beinn Nevis is in the cloud over there. Carmore Gerrig next to it. The Unach Ridge right in the centre. Beinn, the summit there in the cloud. Booklet of Beg. And then it looks like Booklet of Moor in the middle. One of the best viewpoints in all of Scotland. At least when the clouds are away. It's a little bit windier up here in the summit. I'm looking directly across the Beinn Sgulaird. And then to the right, Beinn Sgulaird. And then across the Island Mill. It's not impossible that they could be the cool in the sky, but it's a fair distance away. That's taken just under 3 hours to get to the top. Time to have some lunch. Just enjoy the views. Yeah, definitely much nicer when you just come off the summit slightly out of the wind. From here it's just a straight walk back, the same path I came in. Out that way, down, back up and over the first top, then all the way down the ridge. Just enjoying the view on the way back. The couple back there were talking about going back down to that road you can see, following that out. I'm just going to go back up and over. At least that way you know exactly where you're going. When you come to this point, you will see a faint path going to the left, and the main path, the one we came down, goes up here and then up over the top. I actually went and had a look round the corner. That path looks just like a sheep track, not an actual walking path. So we'll go up here. On the way up, I went round the south side of this top, just coming into view with there sitting at the top. And that's where the main path is. But just for a different perspective, I've come round to the north side. There's a path just there. I'm just going to skirt round this corner, then go back down onto the main path. Just keep heading down the ridge and then go back up that second little top down there and then follow that ridge all the way back down towards the tree line there. You can also see the end of the gravel path then the van's parked just round the corner. I think I've taken that wrong turn, I pointed out. It's just down there where you have to go to the right. As I look at it, left on the way up. And avoid that path that goes round to the right. Or left as you go down. When you come to this point, that fence just up ahead, you have a decision to make. The most direct route back is to the left. You just go down there. Takes you onto that gravel road we started on this morning. Head round to the right, you'll be back at the van in no time. Probably the most scenic route is to go to the right and just back up and onto the top there where the path goes along, and then over and down the ridge. I don't know what it's like going down the steep section there. I don't imagine it's too bad, but I'm going to go the more scenic way. So I'm going to go right and then up and over. Back down at that little cairn where you join the gravel road. From here, turn right, follow the road down to the main tarmac road, and then turn right again, you'll see the car park. There have been no midges today. Yeah, there you go. But there have been hundreds. Come on, see if we can get focus. Yeah. There have been no midges today, but literally hundreds of these little flies. They're not horse flies. I don't know what they are, but they're annoying. They don't seem to bite, but they crawl all over your head. They just keep landing on the back of your head and crawling around your hair. Very uncomfortable. I almost prefer midges, at least they go away when it gets windy. Oh dear. On the other side of that gate there is a little stream. It's actually about your best source of water all the way up this mountain. So almost back at the car, or back at the van. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. It's nice to get out in the clear blue skies again. And I look forward to showing you more in next week's video. Bye for now. Total time from car park to car park is 5.5 hours. And as you can see, the car parking is not very big. It's free, no height restrictions. You can fit about 8 vehicles, maybe 9 if there was no vans. It was also quite a good place to sleep overnight. Very quiet road, this one.